I've got a card today that uses one of my favorite techniques. It's double die cutting, but I'm going to show you how to make this really cool little flower too in this video. I'll introduce you to the dies we'll be using. The Sweet Wishes clear stamp set is what the sentiment comes from. The Chrysanthemum is what we're going to be using, and we're going to give it a completely different look. A little accent with the spring foliage. I'm going to be doing my double die cutting with the Megan die. And we're going to add borders with the Gemini die, the Antlia. Okay. Now I've done just a little bit of our die cutting ahead of time. So I've done one border and one Megan. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut the other border first, pop that down. In fact, let's just bring it in onto our cutting plate. Do a little taping into place, and we're going to use this cutting edge with it. So I think I'll tape this down, and let me just lean in and make sure I get it nice and straight and even. There we go. Hold that one there, that one there, and we will pop that right down in between it. Nice and centered. That looks good. Okay, pop that into our die cutter. Put the top on there. Give it a quick run. Back. Okay. Undo all of our tape. Take our bits off. And there's that. And let's do a little bit of tidying with the Tool-in-One. That should take out quite a few of them. There we go. A lot of little bits on this, very, very detailed. So I'll just give the last few a quick poke out. And that looks good. There we go. So you can see that's really pretty there. Beautiful edges on that. Now we're going to bring in the inner decorative piece from the Megan. We're going to line that up across the bottom. So at this point here, it's going to double die cut, okay? And tape, oh, there we are. Tape that in place. Just get it lined up so it's about equidistant between both of those. That should do the trick. Bring this back, get all our little bits off of there, and cut that. So the center part there is going to just basically be a mess. I hate to say that, but it will double cut through that area. So whenever you do this technique, all you have to realize is you need to have a plan so that when you take the die out, you'll have something that will cover that. There we go. So you see it's taken out a lot of the bits there. Not to worry, we have a plan. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to give a little bit of different color to the top and the bottom here. So I've just taken the outer cutting ring on the Megan. I've cut one and cut it in half. So I'm going to back both the upper and the lower part with the black there. So I think I can just probably do this with a little bit of glue around the edges here. Let's see. We can get that in there. A couple pieces in here just to cover. So we'll have a little bit of a black section that shows through there. Line that up. That looks pretty good. Let's move that up just a hair. Check it on this side. It's covering nicely. We'll do the other side now. A little bit here. Put some bits in the middle to make sure it stays nice and strong. There we go. Pop the other piece on here. Go. So now I've got the black showing both top and bottom. So I want to go ahead and put this onto my backing piece. I've got a piece of the silver mirror card with the black edge, and I'm going to put this down completely on top of this. So I'm just going to use some spray glue. Give it a quick spray, getting all the edges on it. There we go. And line this up so it goes from side to side. Because I've got mirror card, I want to try and get it down in one drop. There we go. Okay, so now I've created a beautiful edge and top and bottom. So we're going to fill in this center section. So I've gone back to the Megan. I've cut it in black using the decorative die and the outside die, and I've backed it in white. So that is going to cover that center section there. A little bit of mounting foam, so we'll raise that up. Pop that right across the center so you don't even know that anything was underneath there. And we're going to cut the center of the Megan die because I just love the shape. Let's pop that around. Oop, get a hold of it. Take all our little bits off there. There we go. Put that down. Give this a quick cut. Okay. Pop that out, and you can see how pretty that piece is. So I'm just going to add a little bit of mounting foam on the back of this to raise it up. We are going to put that right in the center, and you have a beautiful black edge that comes around that and frames it. I've stamped and cut out a sentiment here, and I've just used the very center oval from the die set. So pop that into place. Now I want to add a floral element to that, so I'm going to clear up all my little bits here and show you what I've done. So I've gone ahead and cut the chrysanthemum in several different sizes, a few of each. I've got 4 of the larger, 3 of the smaller. You can do this with more. You can actually even do it with less. I've taken a tiny bit of silver paint pen around all of these just to sort of tie in that color, and we're going to spritz them. Just get them wet. Okay. And we're going to just go back and fold them. I just like to fold them kind of around my finger and just kind of squash them a little bit. Give them kind of a distressed look. Go through and do all of these. And it's just the water makes them very pliable. There we go. Squishing them and just kind of giving them a little bit of just kind of a crunch with your fingers. There we go. And a couple more here. Just takes a few seconds. So now let me tidy up the water. And we'll bring them back and we will open them up and give them a quick dry. So I will use my heat tool. And I'm just going to try and hold on to each one of them. A little bit of heat just to dry them out. There we go. Pop those to the side. There we go. Hold that one down. Should be enough to allow the glue to take hold. So I'm going to open them up a tiny bit more. I'm going to add some glue to the centers of each of these. Yeah. Pop them up there. Just get them all ready. There we go. And this one. Okay. So the way I like to do this is to bring them over on my craft mat and just offset them and use a stick pin through the centers of them and scrunch them. Just give them a little scrunch like that. Get this one and we'll pop that inside of there. Give it a quick little poke. Pop this one into there. There we go. And that just gives them a second to sort of set up and get that glue to start to set. There we go. So now I can take the next one and move it over inside of this one. Give it a quick set. Just give it that lovely little scrunch look. And this one's actually got one more I'm going to put in the center that doesn't have glue on the top. There we go. And I'm going to bring that over and pop that right in the middle of this. There we go. So you've got this really, really cool looking, almost like a straw flower almost. Very, very different look for the chrysanthemum die though. Love the way that comes out. So we're going to seat that with a glue dot in the corner, right down here. Pop that into place. Just give it a good push. And I've cut a couple of the spring foliage and I've just trimmed them down a little bit. And I'm going to put them right underneath the edge there and the edge on this side. There we go. In fact, let's trim that one down even shorter. A little bit smaller there, coming off the side. You can add some pearls to it and even a pearl to the center of your flower if you like, but isn't that a beautiful accent for your card? And I just love the way that it's got that beautiful silver and black and white, such classic colors too. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget the blog, which is partycraft.blogspot.com, and our YouTube channel. There's a link right on the side of my blog to it.